Is it possible not to put on any fat and continue with your training during the month of Ramadan? Let's find out. What happens during the iftar is that a lot of people cook or prepare their favorite foods with a lot of samosas, and Afghans eat a lot of bolanis. Again, high in carbohydrates, high in deep fried oil. If it was healthy, I would 100% recommend that, but it's not. It's a good snack. You can possibly afford to eat all those after training. Majority of us don't have enough knowledge about nutrition. Regardless of it being Ramadan, regardless of we going for a birthday dinner, regardless of we just eating in general, we tend to approach nutrition through our taste buds. So whatever is more tasty, more pleasant, we're going to go for that. Okay, this is very common. For example, let's say there is kabuli palau or biryani, and these two foods are not the best, and also it's not bad as well, because it has protein, there's meat, and there's carbohydrates, and there's possibly good and bad fats depending what kind of oil you use. Some of the other nutrients that are missing within this meal, for example, your fiber, or if you're having a bit of yogurt on the side, a bit of pickled vegetables, a bit of antioxidants from other foods that might be on the side. But again, we can balance out or take care of our nutrition from other foods on the side, but let's focus on this specific meal and why breaking your fast with a food like this may not end so well for you if you're concerned about putting on fat or putting on weight, or not being able to manage your weight properly. Since it's a carbohydrate food and it's rice as well, you're going to be loading on a lot of carbohydrates in one sitting. So a normal average person could possibly be eating just over 1,000 calories in one sitting, and that is a lot of calories to break your fast. And on top of that, you'll be eating dates. Dates are high calories as well, and I'm not saying you shouldn't eat them. On top of it, you might have sugary drinks, which are very common during iftar as well, and fruits. On top of it, there's fruits. So by the time you've eaten all these foods, of course you're going to feel lethargic. Of course you're not going to be wanting to go for a walk or go for your training at the gym. So you'll just feel like sleeping, and most likely you will take that rest, skip the gym, skip the walk option, because you've been tired, lethargic all day during the fasting period. Avoid breaking your fast with your favorite food. And what I recommend is that you should still approach breaking your fast with a high protein meal. And this is what I have prepared for my clients and as well as for myself. Through this strategy, you can avoid feeling lethargic. So if there's limited amount of carbohydrates, and especially good source of carbohydrates as well, which is low GI carbohydrates, for instance, brown rice, buckwheat. I've recently been having a lot of buckwheat with turmeric, a lot of salt. It's the best carbohydrate source with a bit of chicken breast. Just before having this meal or after the meal, I'll have some dates. This is a good balance for me to feed my body the protein that I haven't had, a bit of carbohydrates that is low GI and also high GI carbohydrates. So after an hour, feeling a little bit lethargic, but it's not to the point that I am wanting to not move. So my plan is within that hour of breaking their fast, be at the gym, be able to train. So the meal isn't or shouldn't be too heavy. Okay, and also depending on your body weight, you can even start with something really small, just a bit of chicken breast and a tiny bit of rice, a few or maybe even one date is going to be enough for you to get yourself to the gym, and then post gym you can have a bit extra. because now you've balanced the body's energy, your metabolism's moving, so you can afford to eat a little bit more carbohydrates, a little bit more protein, and this is your second meal that you can catch up on your protein. I think post iftar is a more suitable time to train, and then if you are also able to eat after training, that way you can have 2 meals during the 24 hours and still be able to sleep. That is one way to avoid putting on fat or not being able to control your body weight, and still having good amount of energy, still being in some form of fitness routine. So give that a go. Be prepared with your meal. That is my best advice that I can give you. Your meal should be prepared for iftar. The best solution is to start with a bit of protein, low GI and a bit of high GI carbohydrates, enough hydration, get yourself to the gym, and then eat a big meal after workout. Let's go.